I'm often asked, are we not saturated? Well, you know, the first thing I would say is you'll only saturate Kleeneze when you saturate laziness. Look at what Richard Branson's done with his Virgin brand. He's gone into financial services. Well, surely that was saturated. Coca-Cola, surely that was saturated. But he's made profits from moving into all those opportunities. Condoms, it's an expanding market. So let's have a look at our numbers. In the UK, in Kleeneze, we have roughly in the region of 800 qualifying gold distributors. Had a little count up in EWB for period 12, about 800. Bear that number in mind, I'm going to come back to it. In the UK, we have a working age population of 40 million people, there or thereabouts, and rising. Let's do a little bit of math with this. 10% of 40 million is what? 4 million. It's up on the screen behind you if you want any help with it. What's 1% of 4 million? 400,000. Help me along here. What's 0.1% of 40 million? 40,000. What's 0.01% of 40 million? 4,000. What's 0.001% of 40 million? 400. And we've got how many qualifying gold distributors in our opportunity? About 800. You double 400. Ladies and gentlemen, approximately 0.002% of the British human working age population has seen and grasped this opportunity and done anything serious with it. And I put it to you at the start of 2010, we are not even scratching the surface. And if we can increase that by a couple of percentage points, then we're making a fortune. Is anybody interested in coming on that journey with Fiona and I? Absolutely. Last November, mid-November, NASA in Florida were preparing to launch the Atlantis shuttle. It was going to take up some spares to the space station and various other bits and pieces. Now, if you've ever studied launches of NASA rockets, then they have a specific window of opportunity before the rocket propellants and the fuels start to disintegrate. And everything has to be right to make the launch. The conditions have to be perfect in every way. And they have about 4 days to do that. Now, if anybody followed this launch last November, the first 3 days, the conditions were, everything was wrong about them. There were electric storms, there were strong winds. There was no way that that mission was going to take off. And then on November the 16th, almost inexplicably, the last window of opportunity for the launch, the conditions calmed down and they were absolutely perfect. And this is what happened.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia. Broad power view of the universe through the Hubble Space Telescope.
The flight of Columbia, the Pioneer shuttle headed for the Hubble Space Telescope. Columbia into the roll, placing the shuttle in a heads-down, wings-level position for the 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 25 seconds into the flight, Columbia's 3 liquid fuel main engines now throttling back in a 3-step fashion to 72% of rated performance, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it breaks through the sound barrier.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I see our Kleeneze opportunity. Jamie and the team have created the perfect launch conditions for 2010. They've been working hard for the last 3 years. The window of opportunity is now in this decade, but the rest of it is down to us. Let's go and let's do it. And so I want to give you some stuff that you can take away today so that you can reach for the stars of your own objectives in 2010 and beyond. Now, you know, it doesn't matter how perfect those launch conditions are. If the commander of that shuttle gets a bout of the jitters, is not confident, and loses his or her belief that they can command that shuttle into space, then that launch will be abandoned. And you are the commander of your own business. And the first thing you need to get right is your confidence, your competence, and your belief in yourself. Anybody who's heard me speak around the network recently knows my passionate thing at the moment is belief. So we have to get belief right. You know, the 6 inches between your ears. And I want to just illustrate this for you. A little story about belief. Back in 1953, not many of you will remember that, I certainly don't. But back in 1953, nobody in the world believed it was possible to run the mile in under 4 minutes. That was until in 1954, Roger Bannister proved everyone wrong. Now, here's what's really interesting. The following year, another 300 runners broke that belief barrier. And my question to you is, what had changed? Had the mile become shorter? Had a minute become longer? Of course not. But people now believed it was possible. And you know what we're seeing in Kleeneze, and you'll see it again on stage here today, is people achieving cars, people achieving conference qualifications, people achieving trophies, people achieving fantastic incomes. As Michael would say, the track record has been set. It's been proven. And if you're struggling with any area of personal belief or self-development, then go and see the guys at Knowledge is King and get some books and CDs on it. It's really important to get that right. But now I want to challenge you to make a decision. Yes, you. Because let me tell you, the only difference between the achievers you'll see up here today and yourself is sat on your seat. So I want to challenge you. And to do that, I want to take you back 2 years. 2 years ago, we were at the January showcase. We sat over there with the Rhino Group. And as is our little habit now, we frequent a local wine bar in Birmingham, and we're doing it a little later on this afternoon. And we sizzle, and we have a glass of wine or a beer, and we talk about the showcase, and we talk about our excitement and where we want to go and our plans. 2 years ago, Andrew Buxton and Laura Kelly, who were a couple in our business, came over to Fiona and I in that bar, and I know they'll remember it, and they said to Fiona and I, this year we're going to make a difference. We've got some goals, we've got some targets, we've got some ambitious things that we want to achieve. We're fed up of messing around, and if we don't do it this year, what else are we going to do? Another year of same old. And I will remember that conversation in that wine bar for the rest of my days. Because on that day, or probably before that day, but that's when they shared it with Fiona and I, Andy and Laura took a decision to step away from the ordinary. They took a decision to move away from the 90% who don't and join the 10% who do. And they went to work. You know, we call this network marketing, not net mess around marketing. Okay. They went to work. And the next 14 months saw them achieve Vienna with a record Golden Bear Group turnout.